This is the Kraayziie podcast, and fuck, it's been a while, hasn't it? Since the last one.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. I mean, since the last one, we've got a few extra members. You got myself here, Drop Bear.
Esprit, rep that, Kraayziie.
Striker from Big Striker Promotions.
And Eddie from Eddie's Rapid Adventures.
Yeah, boys.
And we're all here just fucking chilling.
Having a good time.
We're
Yeah.
at, what's this hotel called?
The vibe.
It's a motherfucking vibe!
But unfortunately, we're not smoking on that kush.
We were earlier.
We were earlier.
Well,
We've been
last night.
smoking on that kush that unfortunately ran out.
Yeah.
Just like my fucking bank account.
Oh!
Shots fired. Shots fired.
His bank account. Anyway.
Bank bars. Alrighty.
This is perfect. I love it. This is like a
Just
lie.
like everything we do, guys, I don't know if this will make the cut or not, but
It's just cool.
I want to keep this in.
we're just a bunch of friends that get together and like to talk about rap and hip hop and have fun with each other, have a bit of a laugh, take the piss
Have
out
a bit
of
of
each
a cry
other.
every now
Yeah,
and
they
then.
like to have a
Yeah,
laugh.
have a big cry at each other every now and again.
Yeah, have a laugh when someone dances like Peter Garrett.
Oh yeah. Fucking Eddie's Rapping Adventures is bringing back the Peter Garrett dance.
That is coming back. I am not letting that die, man. Alright?
Everyone keep your eyes peeled for that shit.
It'll be called the Eddie Garrett dance.
Hey, as well, everybody keep your eyes peeled for Big Striker promotion stickers.
Throughout the whole CBD of Sydney, including the back of buses, the back of taxis. Keep your eyes out for them, guys.
I
They're
just
up
want to
there.
give a big shout out as well, man, for all my people, all the extended team as well that are holding it down for me. People have sent all my stickers out to in all different states around Australia, and people are going out of their way to put my stickers up. So I've got a couple of guys in Queensland at the moment.
Big love,
A
big
couple
love.
of guys in Central Coast. We bombed the hell out of Sydney with my stickers the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm from Victoria, man, so fucking there's not much of Melbourne left where you won't find a Big Striker sticker.
Yeah,
That's
now
why we got back from the club.
now the big that's how that was like a paper trail home from the club, is because we just just went one way there and one way back.
It was really good until I thought about the fact that freaking...
Whatever, who cares?
Continue,
Go,
yeah.
yeah, go.
But yeah.
Inside joke.
But yeah, fucking yeah, it'd be good to fucking see if they'll actually stay on the back of these buses and they don't gurney them off. Well, I hope that they leave them there, because I didn't stick them on. Cause
Run for a bus.
right? You know how in the back on the buses they have those advertising signs. I wasn't putting it on the advertising sign. I was actually putting it on the body of the bus itself.
Yeah, so they can't
hopefully,
just check when they change their advertising, the sticker should stay.
yeah. So and not only that too, it was like it was always at the rear of the bus too. So what do you look at when you drive behind the bus? Is the fucking rear of the bus. So anyway,
True.
so yeah. What are we doing here, boys?
I might run a competition at some stage. This is all off the cuff too. I haven't even spoken to this with the boys. But I might run a competition after people have been slapping them up for a while. I don't know, some sort of prize or something. If you find 5 stickers, like 5 different Big Striker stickers or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Thinking out loud at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Then that way I can see if they're actually getting seen as well. So that'll help me my insights, so to speak.
Well, when I get back to the Bega Valley, I'll be bombing the Bega Valley with it for sure.
Yeah.
So anybody from the Bega Valley, keep your eyes out from Bega right out to Eden for any of the Big Striker promotions. And yeah, the Eddie Garrett dance is coming back.
Anyway, what are we going to be talking about on this podcast?
Yeah, so
what are we going to be
probably
talking
get
about?
serious. Alright, so basically, we will be on this podcast talking about the Oz scene, some of the people that we've met, what's coming up, what we've been to, and basically breaking down our crew for you a little bit
Where
as well.
we've been to.
Yeah, where we've been to, who we've met, how it's impacted us. The way that our crew works, because we're spread thin a little bit, like in different spots, like you'll have a couple of members that have been to certain events and whatever, and then other, say 2 people will go to an event together at most times. That doesn't make any sense.
Anything related to the
Cut that
Oz
shit
scene.
Yeah, well, not only that too. This is pretty much explaining for everybody what we're actually officially doing.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Espy, you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Drop Bear's doing his own thing behind scenes. Striker's doing his own thing as well, and I'm just got co-signed to you guys, so I'll be starting to do my own thing as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bit of a thing of like us explaining to everybody.
It's like, the same time, like, we're working alone, but we're still working together.
Yeah, that's exactly. We
Yeah.
come, me and Striker come from rural areas. Like he's in the state, and I'm from rural New South Wales,
Yeah.
and you boys are in a city. So it's kind of we're covering it. If you think about it, we're actually covering a good base sort of thing too. Like you boys are here in the city.
We're gonna cover the whole East Coast, that's what we're gonna do,
Yeah, fucking oath. I'd like to cover the whole fucking.
As I say, East Coast, we're going to take over the whole scene, man. Like, my plan is to be in every state. Stickers, even people talking about us, something. Just to be known is my, like, personal end goal.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I agree.
So, I don't know, what,
First
do we want
topic.
to talk about a couple of the things that are coming up?
Yeah, we'll go with that first.
Alright, well, one of the things I can think of off the top of my head that's coming up real soon is the Apocalypse Tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man,
That's gonna be fire.
the lineup for that looks absolutely awesome. Special shout outs to Mitchos, special shout outs to Fracture. Who else is heading that off? Does anybody else know?
Is Scotty Hines on it?
Scotty Hines.
Scotty Hines,
just Smash Brothers, man.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers, LGs, freaking MG.
Yeah, and then they've got for the Sydney one, they've got Salty and DB
And
Rops as the opening guys for them. So fucking big ups to those boys for fucking giving those other boys a go there. That's going to be fucking sick to see those boys on stage again if I get a chance to go to that.
Oh yeah, always.
I haven't fully discussed it yet, but what I'm thinking is, and me and SP have touched base on it, is basically the fact that we're spread out so much as well. That means we could each member of us could hit up one of like the tours. So
Yeah,
I can personally, I'll be going to the Melbourne Apocalypse tour. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I would figure. Oh, there you go. SP and Drop Bear are going to the Sydney one.
We already got that.
I'd like to attempt.
Eddie might miss this one.
I'd like to attempt to get to the Canberra one because that's.
I was going to say there is one in Canberra.
There's one in Canberra.
Yeah.
I'd like to attempt to get to the Canberra one, but
That'll be hectic.
the Canberra one.
Is that the last one on the tour?
I'm not sure.
I think Canberra might be
voice
last.
might be to that.
Or Perth.
Yeah, I haven't looked into the Canberra one. I've been too busy looking into the Melbourne and Sydney one.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's where.
And as well, the first one's in Brisbane. When's that? Next week, right?
Yeah, that starts next week. I'm pretty sure it's next week.
Yeah.
So that's the 28th?
Yeah.
The
I think
28th of June.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, man.
28th of June.
Yeah. All right. So 28th of June in
Brisbane.
Brisbane. What's after Brisbane? Is that Melbourne? I think it might be Melbourne. Melbourne's on the 12th of July.
Sydney.
6th of July, isn't it Sydney?
Yeah, Sydney.
On the 6th of July.
Oh, sorry. 6th of July
Sydney.
is Sydney.
Yep.
The
I think then
12th
it's
of
Melbourne.
12th of July is Melbourne. And
I don't know the rest.
we'll edit in the rest at some stage or something. I don't know. We'll have to do something.
Nah, that's good enough. We told her.
You can't do
I
three
mean,
quarters of a show.
Like, if you really want to really know like where they go like across the rest of Australia, just look up the Apocalypse Tour.
Exactly.
Follow them on Instagram if you haven't already. And the tickets are relatively cheap for such a massive lineup. If you can, get amongst it.
100%.
That again from people
We
in
got
person.
People in Persons tonight.
Which hosted by Isaac Perel and Trav. Shout out to those boys.
Fucking oath.
Myself and Drop Bear went to the first People in Person
that was
and
in a-
Friends. It was People in Person and Friends.
That was at the factory.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
The same place that the Apocalypse Tour will be at.
Yeah. You know, actually, that's a not bad location.
As I say, I didn't quite make that one. Was the venue good?
The venue's actually alright.
I
I
love
like
that
the venue.
Yeah, man.
You know, I found a pretty good spot to get some good footage.
The
as well,
first
so.
People in Person's lineup was meant to be. The first People in Person's lineup, actually no, before even that, Little Snow was meant to be in it.
Oh, dead set.
They must have planned it a while back.
Yeah. Little
Yeah, it was in motion for a while, wasn't
Like it was like I got told about it very early, but I don't know what happened. He got replaced for some reason. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. But the lineup was Hooligan Hef.
Yeah.
He was the headline. Actually, wait, no, sorry. Husky was the headline.
Yeah, that's right.
Hooligan Hef was the co-headline. Cash Cow,
Yep.
Elijah Yo, Isaac, and Little Spacey.
And out of those guys, who performed in the end?
Husky and Cal got replaced. Obviously, if you know what happened.
They were otherwise busy.
Yeah, and Cal got replaced by his brother, King.
Yep.
And Husky got replaced for Forte and
Michos.
In my honest opinion, that was amazing. That was a sick show. Like myself and Drop Bear have been to a lot of shows, but People and Persons was something different. Like the energy that it had in the room.
I think like with like saying that like the future People and Persons shows that are to come, I reckon they're just gonna get better and better.
Exactly.
The one tonight looks pretty good too, hey? Like,
Yeah.
if everything goes according to plan, I reckon it'll go off.
The one tonight, you got Motherland, Free Souls, Raj, Matthew, AF313, Fiel, and Six.
I can't wait. I don't actually know much about that Fiel man, but like from what I've researched, it would be really good to check out his style and how he performs live, man. I'm really interested to see how he goes. Same with Sick. That'll be interesting to see. There's a couple of names on this lineup that I honestly don't know a whole lot about.
Same, I can agree with
But
that.
There's a reason that I do that though, because I'm a promoter. Like, I want to get to know all these new guys. I also want to know people that I've never heard
If
before.
y'all didn't know, I did a live reaction to like practically the whole lineup. Bad Boy Swiss was meant to be on this lineup, but for some reason
He couldn't make it
he
either.
couldn't make it, which I was actually really looking forward to him because he's actually one of my favorite artists on the card. Like on the lineup, like he was one of my favorite artists. I was like, ooh, I'm like, is this gonna affect the show in any way? But yeah, that is interesting. It's interesting to see how an underrated show will be.
Yeah.
Because will it bring the energy that the first one brought?
I really hope so, man, because as you guys are obviously well aware, I didn't make it to the first one, but I've heard you guys talking about it non-stop since.
Yeah, no.
And you know when you get that jealous stage where you're just kind of like, yeah, that's really cool for you and all.
Yeah,
Wish I could go.
I'll say the same,
Don't even talk about it because I've got an experience about that and I completely regret it. Like
What?
not going to a show that I should have went when I had the chance.
Yeah.
Tell the
Like-
story now, man.
Oh, do I have to tell the story now?
Go on.
You don't have to, but you should.
Well,
You already brought it up.
yeah, I guess that is true.
This is a podcast. We can go wherever we want. We can have it as long as we want.
Yeah, that is true. Well, Russ came to Australia. It was like a couple of years back.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Really, it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But tickets weren't that bad. You know.
$40.
How much?
$40.
40 bucks. Fucking hell, that makes it even worse.
That was his
And
first headline tour in Australia.
yeah, and you know, SB asked me if I could come, and I'm like, oh
No,
look.
I bought you a ticket.
Well, yeah, and I said, look, man, I can't make it because I don't have the money for it. Like, and
Sorry to cut you off
No,
real
no,
quick,
it's alright.
but to go in with that story, what I feel like a lot of people forget is, like, life's expensive. It's not just like you want to go and see this artist, you buy the ticket, you're done and dusted.
yeah,
Like, you've then...
you know what I mean? Like,
you're
how
not
you're
expected
getting
to,
there.
but like you're out and about, but you got to pay for transport to get there.
You know,
if you don't
you're gonna
drive,
eat.
like you got to
Yeah.
eat while you're out.
If
because
you're
out.
drinking, you know, you're
It's
gonna
out
have
of
to pay
town,
for
you're going
drinks.
to pay for accommodation or find accommodation to stay somewhere at the town that it is. Like it's if you seriously think about going to a gig, it's not just you can jump in the car and go out to a gig for a night, unless you live in the city, man.
Yeah.
Like, unless you live in the city and are a local for these events, you can't really just, like I said, jump in the car, go to one, and then drive back.
Yeah.
Someone like me that comes from the Bega Valley, man, like we've got, and down in the Bega Valley, hopefully there will be a scene that will come up soon.
There will be.
Yeah.
There is. We're building
There
a
is.
scene.
But hopefully it pops like it's popping here in the city, because like to me it's yeah. What?
There's
The law of attraction.
the law of
Yeah.
attraction is you tell yourself, man, the bigger scene is gonna be popping.
I have a big belief
Now-
it's going to.
I started this, so I'm gonna quickly take it back and just pass it back to fucking Drop Air's actual
Yeah, it's true,
story
get the
because
story
I
out.
just took
Oh
over.
yeah, okay. Back to my story. Yeah, Russ came to Sydney.
He didn't even drop his album yet. That was
Yeah, no,
before
it
his
was
album.
just before his
What
album.
was mad is when you got the ticket, you got the album with the ticket.
Oh, did you?
Man, what a deal!
Really?
That's
Oh,
sick.
You got
I
the
didn't know
You got the
that.
hard copy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's
So
why we know that a lot of people hate Russ and shit, but that was like a cool experience about that.
but this was the time before people started hating on him. Though.
Yeah, this was like
Before all that
this
bullshit.
was 2017.
Before he
Russ,
started
like,
setting his goons on
so
everyone.
before 2018, when all the bullshit happened.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways, you know, SB. Okay, so he's bought me a ticket. I said no, I couldn't make it because I couldn't afford it. You know, and I felt bad that.
Shout out to Paolo. I went with him.
Yeah. So.
Paolo Enns, he's a producer. He's a producer for Fiel, sorry.
I missed out on going to this bloody concert, and the next night, like, SB calls me up and or he messaged me a few of like the videos he got the night. It's like, bro,
That night.
it was that night. Fuck yeah, it was too. And I, you know, he's like, bro, you know, you missed a fucking epic concert.
Yeah,
and
because I told you I almost passed out.
and I was spewing, and I said, never again, you know, I want to miss a concert. I mean, although there are times like now, I don't think I'd ever make one that's on a Sunday night. I could never do that. You know, I couldn't go to a concert and then go work.
Because he
the
has
next day.
before.
I had before once, and that absolutely killed me. And I nearly slept in and missed work, and that could have ended badly. But yeah, so now I mean, like, I want to take every opportunity to make it to these events.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy
I mean-
that you make it work like that too, man. And it's weird that something like Russ, or like that couple of years ago,
Yeah.
has literally, I've seen you turn up to every show. On
Yeah.
top of getting up early to like
Yeah.
go to work and shit. You've turned up to every Aussie gig like that I can think of for the last couple of months with SB.
but yeah, I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I mean, like, I might not know some of the artists on the like lineup and whatnot when I head in, but I still like.
Trust is my instinct.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, me and SB, like, we've been mates with fucking brothers pretty much for like a long time now. And I've always looked to him for music and stuff like that. And, you know, like, if he's unsure about a show that's coming up, like, we pretty much won't go.
I'll be honest, the people in person ones that are coming up, I feel, what's the word? Anxious? Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna be the same as the other one because the last one had such big names show up out of the blue.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I reckon you're pretty anxious as well because, like, we've, as a company overall and together, we've gone hard for this one. We've
Yeah.
gone hard for this show tonight. It's one of the smaller gigs with a couple of smaller names, but
Yeah.
Kraayziie like flew the whole team out here.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, so
like-
tonight we're rocking up as a whole crew.
Yeah.
Like, we're all wearing merch and everything.
Yeah, no,
We got
it's.
strikers stickers.
When we roll out, man, like, not to sound too cocky or anything, but when there's 4, 5, 6, and plus some of the artists wearing like merch, it is one of the best feelings ever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, to roll out numbers and know that your boys have got your back. That's what. It's a big part of what makes this special for me.
But as well, we roll out quiet.
Yeah, like we do, like
Let our
it's for
merch
the
do
culture.
the
It
talking.
literally
Yeah.
is the way we roll is for the culture and is what we like is what we think represents the culture in the right way. In my opinion, that's
Yeah.
what I personally believe.
Like, see, I let these boys talk because you don't hear them as much as you hear me. So it's like, when I talk about Kraayziie, I do my own thing. I explain what Kraayziie is for me. But the rest of the boys do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what this is about.
I mean, that's so true. I mean, like, I know, like, me and myself, you know, like,
Like, Drop Bear knows I would never brag about Kraayziie. I have never bragged about Kraayziie ever.
yeah, no, never. Like, I'm usually the one that's trying to get it promoted and whatnot. Like, I'll talk to you and say, look, you could do this, you could do that, you know, to sort of help, you know, get the name out there, but you're too humble about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And I mean, you know what, honestly, that's kind of sort of grown on me a little bit. Like, I don't go out and just say, oh, yeah, look, I'm with Kraayziie, and, you know, to whoever I fucking meet. Like, I'm just low-key. Like, if somebody recognizes me, I'm like, oh, okay, shit, you recognize me.
Like,
but
when we
if
go to
people don't
events and
recognize
stuff-
me, like,
when
I'm
we
like,
go to
alright,
events
cool.
and stuff, myself and Drop Bear, we don't really approach people.
People approach us.
We don't really, like, for me, it's like I said to him the first time we ever went to a show. If we get noticed, we get noticed.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, like, we like, respect people's spaces and everything like that, like, you know, we understand, you know, people get busy, you know, you got other fans coming up to you, like, you know, we get how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, going to events and shit, like, and just showing up in general, and just, like, taking in the atmosphere, like, they provide. I mean, I'm gonna say this, like, there was just one event that kind of didn't work out.
I still like
I mean,
it.
yeah, it was
Were you all
good.
talking about the same event here?
It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I
loved
mean,
it.
I think I'm gonna
still
just sit on the fence for this little bit for a second,
Yeah.
because I wasn't around at this point. So.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, so, alright, so let's stop like beating around the bush a little bit. We're talking about the Australia Day Bondi gig.
Yeah.
And
Which we've probably.
we've
Well,
spoken
yeah,
about
we've
that many
spoken
times now that
about
people
it,
know
yeah.
exactly how we feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
it had ups, it had its downs, but I mean, like, the
I
night was
loved
a bit
it
of a little bit
cause-
mess.
I love
I loved it.
I loved it because I got to see Salty perform, and
Yeah.
I know this is another thing that I say all the time, and I will continue to plug Salty wherever I can, because to this day, other than Husky, the man himself, he is my favourite Australian performer from the underground rap. and
Fucking
hip-hop
shout
scene.
outs to Salty, man.
You know, I
Salty's
will
just
say
a
that,
fucking
like,
mad cunt.
Salty is a
Going to
boss.
see Salty perform is fucking amazing.
His
Like,
energy,
his
bro.
energy, yeah, exactly.
He has a very unique energy on stage, man. It's not one of those energies that. It's a hard energy to describe too. Like, he's not one of those people that you expect his energy to be what it is.
For me, it's a stage presence.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very that's what I mean by it's a very unexpected energy. Like, you wouldn't expect Salty to jump up, move, and have the persona that he has on stage. That's my personal opinion on it, right?
Yeah.
But then to see him perform, it's like, holy shit!
Like, he's a whole different person or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see it coming.
And as well, honestly, if you've ever met Salty, he's quiet.
And humble.
He's but he's very, very quiet.
And it's
He only talks to you if he fucks with you. He even says it in. What song is it? He says it in a song. There's one song that
Oh, now you got me thinking. Now.
where he's like, Striker?
Is it the one where he's
Not
got
good
the?
with track titles, man.
Yeah,
Play
neither
it,
am I.
play it.
Yeah,
And I'll be like,
play
yeah,
it.
I fuck with this
Yeah,
song.
and that's another thing I love with Salty.
The
is
only
fucking
track
Star Wars bars.
of Salty's is Steel City Blues.
I love Salty Star Wars bars, man. They're the
There's a
coolest
song
things.
where he says, like, if I fuck with you, I'll talk to you. If not, I don't speak to you at all.
Can I talk about?
Hmm? Yeah.
So, I know this is a bit off topic, but I'll mention it. So, when we went to Grindwave, there was a time where I got to spend 10, 15 minutes with Salty. Huh?
Tell them what Grindwave was.
Yeah.
In case you don't know what
Okay, so what
is.
Grindwave was a show that Keems hosted himself. It was at what bar was it? The 666 bar. Was it the 666 bar?
888.
888, sorry. 888 bar. And that was my first exposure to the Sydney scene and the Sydney gig.
By the way, it was a free.
It was a free gig.
Free show.
Free show,
you know,
yeah.
Fucking epic show. that was.
Wombat performed, Talakai performed, Monk performed,
Chillin' performed.
Chillin' It come out of nowhere to do a quick set.
Yeah, I think somebody stepped on my
Subs.
He came out.
Subs was there. There was
The Canberra boys.
JLP, Macca. Who else was there? AIDS. Was it AIDS?
AIDS Zona.
AIDS. That's it. He was there.
Young Swifty.
Young Swifty. There was and
Devious.
yeah.
Devious and Kraayziie.
There was
And Lazy, Elzai without the E, Lazy without the E.
yeah, they were the ones that I'd never heard until Grindwave.
Yeah.
There was a couple of artists that I'd never heard of until Grindwave.
I'm pretty sure that was all of them.
Yeah, so
you literally just named every single person.
Pretty much. So Grindwave was my first proper exposure to what is going on in the city and what's going on with this Oz scene
Alright,
stuff.
actually, perfect time.